Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Reading strategies. This video is about the reading strategies. What are the strategies or approaches that can be employed for reading? So we will talk about these strategies in this video. Reading strategies. What is meant by reading strategies? Reading strategies are techniques or approaches that readers use to understand and interpret the text more effectively. Different types of readings, such as academic reading, skimming, scanning, and critical reading, may require different strategies. These are techniques or approaches to read the material or text. So there are different types of strategies that depend on the situation or the capability or capacity of the reader. So we will discuss them one by one. One of them is reviewing, or it is called review reading. Before reading a text, quickly scan headings, subheadings, images, or any highlighted or bold text to get an overview of the content. This helps in setting a purpose of reading. This is one of the strategies. You have a book. Instead of studying thoroughly, studying word by word, you have a review of the book. You have a review of the particular text topic or maybe some lesson. In this way, you just focus on main headings or headings, see images or the bold words, so that you may have overview what is the text all about. This is called reviewing. Another strategy is skimming. When we talk about reading, skimming means read quickly to get the main idea or passage of text without focusing on every word. Skimming is useful for previewing content or identifying key points. Against reviewing method, skimming is to focus on the main ideas. Instead of reading all the details, you just try to focus on the main idea, what the possible idea may be, so that you have an overview of the content. This strategy is called skimming. Next one is scanning. Scan the text to find specific information, details, move eyes quickly over text to locate keywords and phrases relevant to your purpose. So this is a comparatively more detailed strategy. In this strategy, you go for some information, so go for details and try to find the keywords. Suppose your topic is about health, so you will focus on the word related to health. If your topic is smoking, your main idea would be to focus on some key relevant key topics or information that may give you some idea or purpose of the particular text, whether it is about the effect of smoking or process of smoking or making smoking cigarettes, or what is there is some investigation about smoking. So what is all this about? You scan the text to have an overview. Another one is active reading. Engage with the text actively by asking questions, making predictions, connecting new information to what you already know. Take notes and highlight key points. Generally, we use this practice in our reading. It is an active reading. You keep on reading things and try to write or make connections, think questions, or link your knowledge with the text and try to understand this one. This strategy is called active reading. Another strategy that is called SQ3R. S1S, Q and 3R, because these three start with R. One S, Q, and 3R. S stands for survey. Survey means skimming. As we talked about in the previous slides, skimming means just go through it quickly. Second, formulate questions about the content. What question you have? Just we have talked about the last one. What question you have in mind? Next one is read the text actively or answer the questions. You read the text and you have a question in mind and try to find the answer, what the answers are present in the text. Next one, recite or recall. Summarize and recall the main points. After doing these three, you recall the main points, what the main points are. And the last one is a review. Review means to reinforce understanding. You connect these points that you have recalled and understand the purpose of this text. This is known as SQ3R. Another strategy is annotating. Mark up the text by underlining, highlighting, or making marginal notes. This helps in focusing on key information and aids in comprehension. So this is annotating. You keep on, you have highlighter or you have a ball pen or pencil and highlight the main points, or you may write some important points given the margins to comprehend the information. What is all this about? This strategy is called annotating. Next one is chunking. Chunk means part. Break down longer pieces of text to smaller, manageable chunks. Focus on one section at a one time to enhance understanding. So you read in chunks. Instead of going the text thoroughly or reading the text thoroughly, you just read in chunks. You take different parts. You start introduction. You take some read the first line of each paragraph. You read some specific particular paragraph. You go at the end. You read the conclusion. So you take different chunks and try to understand the meaning of text. This is called chunking. Another study is mind mapping. Mind mapping means create visual representation of the main ideas and the relationship. Mind maps help organize information and make a connection between concepts. So mind mapping, that you find that this is one idea, one point has this one, and it has about 5 points or 7 points. And this way, this point has further points, and you can further divide it 1 point or 5 points. So this way you can understand the mind map. So how these things are interrelated. This is called mind mapping. Another one is identifying text structure. Recognize the organization of the text, such as cause and effect, compare and contrast, see the chronological order, problem solutions. Understanding the structure aids in comprehension. So you try to understand or know the structure. What is structure of the text? Whether it is a cause effect, is it telling about the effects, is a logical movement, it's a logical written text, or there is a comparison between different ideas, or there is any chronological order, how things are emerging or taking place, what solution has been offered to a particular problem. So you try to find this one. This strategy is called identifying a text structure. Another very important strategy is critical thinking. Analyze and evaluate the author's arguments, evidence, and perspectives. Consider the author's purpose, tone, and biases. So, reading between the lines, you try to evaluate and see what argument the writer is taking, what evidence have been provided, and what perspectives have been discussed in this particular text. And you try to understand from author's point of view, what kind of tone the author has used, what kind of the words or text it has used, what effect or what kind of message does the writer want to convey. So this is called critical reading. Synthesizing information, combine information from different sources, form a cohesive understanding of the topic. Synthesizing involves connecting ideas and recognizing pattern. Synthesize means summing up, shortening things. You leave the other details and find the main ideas. So you get the main information, what the information has been told and what the source have been given. You try to understand a cohesive information, what the main information about the topic is, and you try to connect these information with each other or with one another to have a handsome understanding of particular topic or text. Another strategy that is called rereading. If passage is challenging or if you don't grasp the content on the first read, go back and reread it for better comprehension. When you have read some particular topic or text, you haven't understood the concept or basic meaning, you go back, you reread the text, you focus on different particular words, you focus on language or terms which you find difficult. If their words are difficult, if diagram you could not digest, or if there are some particular ideas or terminology that you need to understand, and you go back and try to reread it. Another one is adjusting reading speed. Vary your reading speed based on material. Slow down for complex and unfamiliar content, and speed up for the familiar or less challenging material. So if you have a good command on the words and you can move quickly, and if you have some problem in understanding or linking the concepts or ideas with each other, you may read it slowly. So how you will move depends on your exposure, your knowledge, or your practice. This is another strategy. Next strategy we're talking about is reflecting reading. Reflect, pause periodically. Reflect on what you have read, summarize key points, make connections, and consider the implication of the information. So reflect means thinking. You take to read in different pauses. You read one part, try to understand it, digest it, what is all this about, write some main points that you have understood, and make connection between these points, what implication they may have. This strategy is known as reflecting reading strategy. If I conclude these strategies, choosing the appropriate reading strategy depends on the factors such as type of text, your purpose of reading, your familiarity with the content. Experiment with different strategies to find what works best for you in various reading situations. So please note that I have discussed various strategies. They are different strategies and they may be used in different or particular specific context or text. Different people use different strategies depending on their exposure, depending on their purpose of reading, or on the text, what is text it all about. If text is complicated, verbose, or it has technical terms, or it has a diagram, it has a simple language, it's a lengthy, so what kind of language text is, and the person who is reading, what kind of exposure that person has, what kind of knowledge he has, how much exposure or familiarity he has with the text, what kind of practice of reading the text he has. So this depends on different contexts, situations, texts, and persons. And this these strategies vary from person to person and text to text. I hope you have understood it. If you have any questions, please write in the comment box. If you don't like anything or if you find any problems, please also write in the comment box. If you like the video, please like it and share it. Thank you. Take care.